Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DK64 Randomizer.com Season 3. We got another weekly for you. This one's a little special. We're coming, well, a little special. The real special ones are coming. This is the week before the Season 3 tournament kicks off, and we got tons and tons of weeklies, and we got loads of DK64 Randomizer.com action coming at you. Today, we practice. We practice for our lives as we then race for the qualifiers all throughout the next 2 months or so. It's going to be kind of wild and crazy. Today we got a true barn burner for you. We got a real derby with Alpha versus Mumbo. These two go at each other in races all the time. I believe Alpha just immediately as soon as he realized he was on stream, touted his record of 6-20. So I'm gonna take that for gospel, blindly, and we'll have a good time. I am Larock. I will be in the mic for you today, and I'm joined by Etiquette. How you doing?
Morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Etiquette. I am doing fantastic. Here we go. We cut to the feed. We cut to this. Cut to that. Cut to that. Cut to that. And I believe we are just about ready to go. We got a heck of a start here, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a real interesting one. Vine swinging, always love to see it. It's one of those moves that can cause some problems. Pineapple, pretty good. Orange throwing, maybe not so much, but who knows? Sometimes it's the move that pulls it all together. So we'll see how this one goes.
Indeed.
Also got a Donkey Tiny start. Pretty good for an opening set of Kongs. Obviously can't make use of that gun yet, but I wouldn't complain about a Donkey Tiny start.
I would like to. Or maybe while I fix a quick crop.
Also, yeah, while you're doing that, you mentioned the 6-20 record. Sometimes we like to share the record between the racers. I really quickly went to go look, and Mumbo has done 98 races and Alpha's done 80, so I wasn't gonna go through that and figure it out.
Yeah, that's a holy smoke. Oh man, we used to do that for season 2. We're never gonna be able to do that anymore because there's just so many races going on. If we had to go back
like 3 times a day,
if we had to go back through every race that had happened ever, it's gonna be insane. We are ready to go though, so we will rip them off. Inform the people, the good people in the race lobby, that we are ready to go. Send them off. Woohoo! We'll be starting shortly. What kind of opener we get? Is it going to be anything different than the usual? Let's find out. Woo! Right,
yeah, I mean,
who am I kidding?
The only real difference, I guess, would be training grounds. Like, maybe don't delay it just because you have vines, but other than that, probably pretty standard.
That could be nice. Don't mind the delay. This is purely on our end. I love the feather check. Does that become the meta? Maybe I'm falling off. These guys race so often that, like, maybe they know what the other guy usually does in the opener. It's like, well, I can't not do this.
Right.
Instant checking hints. I already love these guys. What are we looking at? Japes Diddy Time Cage. Alien Shops, Chunky Tiny Lanky, K-Rool. Igloo's got something real nice real early. 2 somethings. Ooh, maybe it's just got Key 5 and like the Kasplat. Maybe the Kasplat is something good too. Find out. Here we go. Copy some notes down. Donkey 5-door cabin. That's a cheeky one. We've got...
Mm-hmm.
We don't have coconut, but it's very easy to get that out of logic as soon as we find bongos.
Looks like a rainbow coin in the sprint cage. Would be nice.
You got DK. I think you go for that every time, right? Early rainbow coins are so valuable. 2 potions in the treasure room. Maybe we got a real hype chest for once. Man, I'm just pessimistic today. What's going wrong? What's going wrong? Main aisle, key 2. Just put that in Japes Rock, please. Let's get a little more
either
optimism.
Japes Rock or like the under castle or caves lobby dirt. One of them.
Surely, right? Key 2. Can't be that hard to find. I mean, actually, given our Kongs, you'd have to find some, like, serious action in order to get anything else. Ooh, is that a Caves level 2? Gross.
That's not the best.
Caves is always kind of gross. It's kind of bad for money. Actually, with these 2 Kongs, it's... Okay, with DK, it's horrendous. There are literally 0 coins available with DK right now. Which is hilarious. It is 3 GBs, I believe.
Okay.
Got a very, very short glance at that. Alright, sure enough, key 2. That certainly makes our life easier.
might see a lobby 3 check. Yeah, I like this. Obviously can't get in, but good early information. Immediately see the new tech here from Mumbo.
Oh boy, this is level 3, right? So this is a
yeah,
spicy little flip here. With Tiny alone, this is doable, but boy, it's tough. And very easy to fall and slip and find your way into the goo.
We're gonna get a jetpack peek here. Foolish, no jetpack this seed.
I was cranky as nothing. Come back for that. Kick this up. There we go. It's a little bit of buffer. Ooh, nice try. You wanted to do that bonus barrel? You get a diving minigame. Unlucky. Oh, it was for a rainbow coin too. That's a worthy look, but unfortunate that it didn't turn anything.
All right, and it was, I think it said 5 GBs to get into level 3.
It's fairly cheap. I suppose it makes sense with an early castle and no instruments.
We'll also get our Helm order here. Tiny Diddy. Okay.
Tiny
Ooh,
Diddy.
coconut gun on the Vines Dirt.
Very nice, very nice. You love to see that.
A little bit of an edge to Alpha here, going back into to Castle Lobby rather, with that coconut.
It's a small things, but honestly, you're gonna get this guy in the way to whatever you're doing. Unless this guy like literally has a Kong, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, nice to have though. Incredible density. Okay, I finally caught up on note taking. Holy smokes! Maybe I didn't want them to read early.
Yeah, I.
Holy
They
cow!
also read faster than I do.
All right, there we go. Well, they read fast, but like oh boy, a lot to keep track of here. Galleon shops have something interesting for Chunky and Tiny K. Rool. Don't know what that could be. And our igloo area has 2 big items. One is for Key 5, probably just Key 5 itself. And the other is on the path to Key 7, Key 8, Chunky K. Rool, Tiny K. Rool, Lanky K. Rool. So our whole K. Rool and more. Oh my. That could be like a barrels, that could be like a trombone, just something really good. Oh, and just when I catch up, here's some more hints. Wait, no, I've seen those already. There are the new hints.
That's the same.
Cabins area action. Key 8, Chunky K. Rool, Tiny K. Rool, Lanky K. Rool. Treasure room. There's 2 potions in there. And Galleon is level 1. Was that a Tiny Temple was 1 potion? For a second I thought that said Helm. I thought I was losing it.
Yeah, so the Donkey Lighthouse is something. If that was a later level, we would be scared about Slam. But luckily it's level 1. And then yeah, Tiny Temple for 1 potion.
Will not complain. Will not complain. Alright, well this is what happens when you find Key 2 in your opener. It just kind of drags on and on and on and on and on. And alright, we're finally entering level 1 at about the same time. 5 minutes and 20 seconds in. Whew. Alright.
Alright.
Let's go solve the seed.
Yeah, I mean, Galleon shops, we only have access to 1 of them, but, I mean, it could just be that 1 shop.
Pretty good move, yeah. Oh yeah, with no peanut, we can't even get into the shipyard. I'm playing too many different settings. My goodness. The shipyard being closed is a bit of a problem here. They could twirl in the caverns, though. Does that make you want to check Mad Jack? Because you know it's Mad Jack here, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know it's gotta be, right? There's no way it's anything else. Show me the money. Give me a bongos on Mad Jack. Give me a... even funnier, give me a homing ammo on Mad Jack. Something logically required for Donkey's 5-door cabin.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in the first 3 levels, you get a clear vial, you're like, well, it could be diving. Then you get a homing ammo out of it.
That's the good stuff. So again, Jetpack is dead. Unfortunately, or, well, fortunately, we know that the lighthouse has something important, so we're definitely not leaving here anytime soon. Unfortunately, we don't have a single Kong hint. They have to show up now. Like, our next pack of hints has to have them, but, like, fair. Like, come on. We can do better than that, surely.
Yeah, and in these first 3 levels, you'll definitely find at least 1 Kong. But, I mean, these first 3 levels right now, there's not a ton you can do. I guess Castle's, like, the most open level.
Galleon without diving and without peanuts. This is pretty horrible. I can see why the GB counts are so low. I mean, given how low Caves is, I'm kind of tempted, unless I find Bongos literally right here. I'm really tempted to just go to Castle and start clearing it out first.
I would definitely consider it. Like, you've got these nice hints for, like, the igloo in the cabin and everything. 2 igloo hints, even.
Wait a minute.
But,
There's your way of the horde homing ammo. Nice try, nice try. And we know that's logically required for Donkey's 5-door cabin. The fact that that got hinted so early, that they both got hinted so early, it kind of implies that, like, the cabin is early somehow. So bongos are likely to turn up pretty soon.
mm-hmm.
Great metal routing from the both, by the way. Getting Donkey's metal and Galleon is very easy to do with Coconut and just running into the lighthouse. But it's definitely something that you really don't want to forget about. So that was a...
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward with this exact set of moves because you actually have to go into like the chunky where the chest is in the cave without chunky. So it kind of seems like a waste of a trip, but you get that balloon there.
Great presence of mind. Alpha picks caves. I wonder why. I wonder what he's thinking here. There's a lot of options. One big problem is that main caves is foolish, and that's like a fair amount of the value in caves right now.
Right.
Otherwise, you're kind of looking at, like, the cabins Kasplat and the igloo Kasplat, and that's, like, it. Cabins are hinted to a bunch of stuff, so it is possible that this cabins Kasplat is our answer. Or our igloo Kasplat. Our igloo Kasplat is hinted to a bunch of stuff. I guess it's kind of what do you value right now? Do you value density, or do you value, like, hinted regions, right? You can start clearing out the igloo now. That sounds all great. You can start clearing out the cabins now. Also sounds kind of great.
Yeah, I also feel like, I don't know, just going back to the donkey cabin, it's one of those things, it may be a little bit premature to think this, but like, in my head, early Way of the Hordes point to Kongs a lot more often, just because they, like, you can't get, at least currently, you can't get path hints to Kongs. So the fact that, like, the donkey cabin and the lighthouse are Way of the Hordes is kind of telling me there might be a Kong there specifically. And like we actually would need a different item in cabins for the 7 chunky, tiny, lanky.
All right, there's a pearl. Don't forget it. It's our first pearl we've seen with an early galleon. Not forgetting that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we finally got Kong info. Lanky can be found by Diddy and Japes, which is about as bad as it gets. Coconut is on the way of the horde. Not really a surprise. Great move. No. Jape's shops are dead, and forest metal rewards, key 5 and 8, which kind of suggests that key 5 might be a little harder to get. Which, not really shocking, to be honest. Of the igloo checks, only the Kasplat is easy to get, and I'm kind of thinking that Kasplat is going to be the thing on the path to 5 different goals, so maybe not, we'll see. I also want to see this cabin's Kasplat, because this cabin's Kasplat could very easily be on the path to a bunch of stuff as well. One thing that I thought Alpha did that I thought was kind of crazy is he spent 6 donkey coins here on that one shop. That's a wild purchase. Oh boy, yep, this makes a lot of sense actually.
You know, in the cabins, I could see that being a mega path for sure.
Well, yeah, because the treasure room, which is locked by Peanut, is on the path to key 8, Chunky Carol, Tiny Carol, Lanky Carol, so that kind of tracks. That's definitely our cabin item. Is our igloo item diving? That would make a lot of sense too. A foolish main cave, but still don't want to skip that Kasplat just because of how easy it is. Just density. It's on your path to stuff. You should just grab it on the way.
Yeah, you definitely still need GBs. So.
Alright, and there's our key on Cranky here. Alpha kind of dodged a bullet here. If Donkey had something, he would have had 1 donkey coin to buy it with. And there are no more coins in caves. He couldn't find anything with Donkey right now. So, spending 7 of his 8 donkey coins for a GB at Funky's was kind of wild. But sometimes wild works. Sometimes it just works. Alright, can we get a look around? Can we see a key 5 floating around here, maybe? Ooh, it wasn't the Kasplat in the igloo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it's not either igloo we can peek, so something inside the igloo is our answer. Ooh,
2 things. Well, 1 thing is on the mega path, but there's going to be a 2nd thing inside the igloo as well.
Key 5 is probably in here. I'm betting our forest metal rewards get us an instrument. Could be sax, could be guitar, because both would be also on the path to key 8. Makes a lot of sense. And the Sax Igloo is not needing anything else, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that other igloo hint is very intriguing to me, just because I feel like you're probably right. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of item. Well, no, because the treasure room is gonna require diving. I was gonna say something is gonna require or lead to diving, and that's gonna be where the path sort of breaks off. But the treasure room being part of the mega path kind of ruins that.
Maybe treasure room is like barrels. Something that has to be placed in the first 3 levels. Something that'll show up early. And something on the path to like K. Rool.
Maybe the igloo mega path is diving, and diving leads to key 7 separately. Maybe.
Yes, that also makes a lot of sense. But can't do anything in the igloo. Only option is to go to castle. I also like how they both ended up at cranky short coins, and they had to kind of run to the igloo area to grab some extra tiny coins to buy that grape. Which I'm gonna put out a public service announcement. We are at DEFCON 3 for the Check of Legends. We've got 4 guns.
Yeah.
Stand by for future updates. I mean, oh man, we got Donkey, we got Tiny. We're climbing the castle, baby. 2 medals on the way up. How do you not? Love to see that. Although with Coconut, you might be able to get a little fancier. Maybe. I guess it depends if you're feeling ambitious.
You're still gonna climb.
You're climbing anyway, because in order to get Tiny's medal, you actually have to climb. Okay, there's diving. Alright, hello.
Alright, never mind then. I was literally about to say, they kind of have to climb because all that stuff they got in caves, none of that helps them back in Galleon. So they have nowhere else to go.
Right, they got Peanuts, but they don't have Diddy, so like, where's Diddy? Like, we need some density to get some GBs to get to our next pack of hints at 13. And hopefully that tells us where Diddy is. I think it has to. I think we're at that point. I said it about the last pack, but now I think it like actually has to tell us where Diddy and Chunky are. So, you heard me, Seed. Cough it up. Chop chop. 12. Alright, we're working on it. I think they're both at 12 right now. I kind of like Mumbo's route to run to Warp 1 through the back, or run around the back of Castle to get this extra string of Donkey Bananas. It'll end up putting him very, very close to 40. He'll get 40 on the climb here.
Yeah. 45 now.
You get the 5 in the dungeon, and then you'll get like, I think it's like 16 or something on the climb up from the drawbridge. It's a weird number.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he just falls in the pit. Or did he get knocked in the pit? That's a tragic.
I don't think that was intentional, yeah.
We all get one, so alright. Big hint peck here. This one matters a lot. A dirt patch and Japes for Diddy's. Oh, TNS to key 4 sucks. Ooh, that's awful. And Donkey and Castle. Oh, wow.
Okay.
And Cave's Chunky Medal. Alright. Break out your CB calculators.
Oh, Diddy's a dirt patch and Japes. Ooh, that's actually interesting.
Very easy to get to, and we have Twirl.
Well, Twirl has to be the way we get there because Lanky is locked by Diddy.
Oh, jeez. You're right.
So that Twirl is quite, well, necessary in quotes.
Alright, break out your CB calculators. How do you get Cave's Chunky Medal? Oh, it's horrible. Update, it's bad.
Oh, there's so many different ways.
There's a lot of ways to do that one.
Starting with pineapple helps a lot, though.
Oh, that's true. That actually does solve a lot of your problems. I think, let me go check. I did a lot of number crunching on medals recently. And I may have an actual solid answer for some of these. Cave's Chunky. Beware of unholy paths if Punch is locked by this medal. Alright, let's not think about that. But we don't have Punch. So we would need Pineapple and Triangle and Gorilla Gon. So we better find Punch. How about that?
Yeah.
Good plan, great plan. Well, let's go find Punch Team. And I think if I did my math right, I think Alpha is going to be at 30. 35, I think, on the way up here. Let me...
It's gonna be just short, yeah.
He's gonna be short. Okay, there's 20 from the drawbridge to warp 2. So he'll be at 40, which means if he goes to the library, he'll get the 45. Oh, is that bongos? Amen.
Alright.
Castle delivering the goods. If you went to castle first, I think you might have been rewarded. I don't think you got anything particularly helpful out of caves. You got some pretty good information with like peanut and grape, but like you didn't actually get anything good, unfortunately. It's a bit of a gamble, I think, because like if the Kasplat on top of the igloo had something super important, then caves might have been better, but I think castle turned out to be the play here. I didn't quite catch what number Alpha's at, but I think he's fine if he goes into the library. Wait a minute, I can do math. Ooh, he's not fine.
He's at like 37. Yeah.
Well, okay, you can do some weird stuff in the library. Is there 5 on the switch? And then you just like start stealing?
Five in the like switch area, and then you can just eat the hits for another one of the 5 packs. Damage
boost your way through the book gauntlet to get your way out. Life is good. Routing is excellent. And
trying to get both those without Strong Kong recently, it's a time because you just keep getting knocked around.
It's definitely painful. Fortunately, with bongos, we got our second melon, so we're kind of chilling. And here comes Tiny's medal. Let's see if we get anything interesting here. Not really. Nope. Literal junk, even. Opting to stop and pull out a gun. Should have pulled out oranges. Alright, I probably should stop backseating. That was a little egregious.
It's so easy to forget you even have those stupid oranges.
Oranges are like the best way to kill cops. You just don't even like stop.
They're great.
You don't stop and stride. They have like light homing on them for some reason. I don't know how they do that. I'm not going to question the intelligence of slightly homing oranges, but that is a little bit troubling. Oh, and we get to pick up homing ammo in the library. Yes, homing ammo, my beloved.
In 2 hours, when we have to do Lanky Tower, we're gonna be so thankful.
Yes. Mumbo loading up on CBs. He might be thinking the boss. I mean, he saw the hint, right? Yeah, he's definitely got CBs to have seen the hint. He's got to be. He might be thinking, I gotta check the castle TNS here, whatever number it is. I didn't quite catch the number, but it definitely matters. All right, so out of logic, checking the library for some literal junk. Love that. And now your answer has to simply be Donkey 5-door cabin to go get your diving. At which point we run into a problem.
Oh, we have the diving.
We have the diving? Oh, that's right, we got diving. Never mind. No problems. Life is good. Question, where's Diddy? That's new problem. We've checked a bunch of donkey checks. Is he... Oh, no. Oh, no. He's either in the tree or on donkey minecart. Or on the boss. Oh, no. Chunky. Chunky is locked by donkey.
Boss, yeah.
Hey, please, somebody check the boss. I beg you. But
and we already know that Japes has to be level 4, just because there are 2 columns there.
You are so right.
Depending on the cost, you could just go in and get Diddy. Diddy with Peanut can do a lot of stuff in Japes to get Lanky.
Your caves, your castle level 3 was 5 GBs. You really think level 4 is going to be that much more expensive? I'm not so sure. The seed is definitely blowing up now, but what is this?
This is grab.
This is grab.
Oh, it's Strong Kong. Wait.
Strong Kong.
What is that for?
Who knows? We just checked the library. Chunky's not there. Chunky is either inside the tree or on donkey minecart. Oof.
It could be that is needed for the igloo.
You're so right. That would be a great check. I mean, you can also clear out the rest of the cabins here.
Yeah,
just to be like absolutely certain. There's nothing else funny going on here. I mean, this rotating cabin is just 2 checks anyway, which is great. Our spies in chat pegged the boss at 100. It's kind of a big number. I think Mumbo's routing is gonna get him to 100. I think Alpha's did.
I don't think so. I think just got the 2 medals and that was it. So only need 10 more. But...
Okay, well, You can start checking bosses now, by the way. At any moment now. That might be helpful. Oh, well, there's a ding for caves. For Alpha, so... Oh, what is going on here? Oh! Grab on Cave's donkey medal. That is a rough one.
No.
Oof.
Barrels? Also, there's a cop in here.
Oh, and
People are going to get by that.
And there's barrels as our igloo item. Oh, boy. That's pretty much gotta be our hinted item, right?
I mean, it has to be. And then, interestingly, if it is that hinted item, the boss for level 4 is not part of that path. So you would want to not check any barrel bosses. Like,
ooh, you're right.
I think it makes like levels 1 and 2 like really powerful.
That said, if we don't live in that world, then the caves boss is the first boss that we might see a barrels locked boss. So Mumbo might be in for a rude awakening. If he sees key 4 here, but it's barrels locked, that is kind of tragic. I'm kind of wanting to see somebody go look at the Japes B locker. I really want to know what it is. They got diving. They can just go run to level 4, go pick up maybe 2 Kongs.
I would have instantly gone.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think that makes a lot of sense, because then if you find Diddy, which you should, you can then go back to caves and buy another key, which might be key 6, I guess. Has to be key 6, I think.
Yeah, that key has to be 6 now.
Donkey on the boss. We can also find Mad Jack at any point in any of these bosses, by the way, so that's fun. Alright, not Castle. Castle. Having to find key 4 off Trophenskopf isn't too bad. That's only 4 bosses to check and our early levels. I'm a little surprised Alpha didn't check caves while he was there, but we'll get to it at some point, I suppose. But now we are getting a Japes look. What is in Jungle Japes? And we're also getting a simultaneous donkey minecart look. Ooh, 11 to get into Japes? Oh, dive, 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 dive.
Get Diddy. Lanky is almost certainly gettable, unless he happens to be on a barrel boss.
It's also kind of a nightmare if he's on the minecart, because it's just annoying, but you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it without charge. It's just, you're going to be really unhappy. Not on that Diddy check. It'll be on the metal, no problem. And then...
We do have the Diddy timer.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're totally right. That's probably just it. Oh! Kong on Donkey Minecart. Red alert.
Oh, so you needed that metal.
We found Chunky. Oh my. That metal on Cave's Donkey metal is just savage. That's not a free metal.
It's bongos and coconut, bongos and strong Kong, or baboon blast, basically.
Yeah. Blasted is enough, bongos is practically enough, but the problem is you have to like actually, you know, run around and do the whole deal.
Yeah.
If you don't have strong Kong, well, I guess with strong Kong there's no problem. Yeah, I mean they got the sauce, they got coconut, they got bongos, they got strong Kong. Actually, I guess Mumbo didn't get strong Kong. What was that? Oh, that was that was the Way of the Horde 5-door cabin. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Of course that's where it was. So shoutouts to 6 coins on Donkey Minecart. Might be the lowest I've ever seen. I think it goes to 5, but that's really low.
6 is very low.
The minecart is shortened to only be 1 trip down and not also the trip back. So the numbers are lowered accordingly, but this is a crazy low number. Alright, Japes, care to spoil us at all? Chunky Kong on Donkey Minecart. That is wild. Where are you going now? With Chunky, can you get... You can't get Chunky's medal yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going.
Maybe he saw something.
Up. Or the boss. Maybe checking the boss.
Pretty reasonable. There we go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mumbo loading up on blueprints. He's thinking, oh, GBs. That's a very sensible decision. I love it. We break out Ramby. We get a look at what's in Diddy's timed cage, Way of the Horde, possibly just simply lanky, and then we know where all the Kongs are. A nice little timing play there to open up donkeys alone, then untransform, slam, and you can get back in the Ramby cage before the bamboo closes. It's a little bit more optimal. If you didn't do that, then you'd have to like do some like really awkward sequence where you have to like
backtracking, yeah.
You gotta go back and forth to make it work. It's a little bit too annoying to be convenient. Back into caves again for Alpha. You allergic to jungles?
Maybe checking the boss?
I don't need the boss check. I mean, if you find Key 4, then like life is good, but I mean, you could just go to Japes too and just start digging through stuff there. You might want the... he doesn't have Tiny, never mind.
You might want the chunky metal, but you can't quite afford it.
There's no way
you can't quite get it.
He's not getting the chunky metal. He's way too short for that. You would need to get into Chunky's 5-door cabin in order to get it. Way short. But you can check the boss, though, so let's see what the Caves boss has for us. Dueling boss checks. Here to spoil us.
Yep. Barrel bosses can show up as early as 3, so technically 4, because of the early PTT, 4 could be...
Not?
Boss.
Not there. Not there is a level 1? Is it Galleon? Oh my god.
Gotta be.
Yeah, there's actually another option. It just has to be there. But Mumbo decides he doesn't want to go back to Galleon without Diddy and Shipyard access, so he's going to Japes at last. Makes perfect sense. To be honest, I don't think you're really in any rush to find Key 4, so like there's no need to like rush TNSs to try and pick this up. I don't think, at least. You get Key 4 and you get Key 4, and there's plenty of things to do as you bounce between these levels.
And you only even have one hint past these first 4 levels. So far.
That's true. The Forest Metal. Hint.
Yeah.
And with any luck, that's just sacks, hopefully.
That's what I was thinking.
Makes perfect sense. You would get sacks for Helm and Key 8. And sure enough, there is Lanky in the timed cage that was hinted Way of the Horde. You were 100% right that your early hinted Way of the Hordes are actually just Kongs. You're kind of a genius.
Listen, sometimes it works, and I'm a genius, and sometimes I'm not, and I didn't actually say that.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. Exactly. So, looking like Alpha's gonna get all 5 Kongs pretty quick. I think the believers appear to be feasting on today's prediction. Oh, tremendous! This is why you always live in the best worlds, team. You live in the best worlds, you get good stuff for it. Life is good. You get good seeds. Despite the world's best efforts, the good seeds are out there. The good seeds are out there.
And maybe you could gen one.
Be the first.
Yeah. Alright, new hints.
Woo.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, what have I done?
What did we do?
What have I done? Helm, a tiny K roll, lanky K roll. So that's trombone, right? Oh my god. What does that even mean? Forest Blast Way of the Horde, so we do need to find Blast. Oasis and Totem Area on the path to a whole bunch of stuff. Excuse me, oh my god. The path to Key 8, Chunky Tiny Lanky. Oh my god, it's another component of the Gigapath.
Okay, so at least the item in Helm being Tiny Lanky, you can basically forget about the Tiny Lanky hints that are combined with Key 8.
I mean, honestly, you just forget it. Yeah, exactly. And those hints will probably lead you to Monkey Pork, Gorilla Gone, and Vines, boys. We started with Vines, so that's a mercy.
Yeah.
That will help a lot. It will help you get into Helm very easily, because now you have, like, you've got the equivalent of, like, the Welcome to Las Vegas sign pointing at Helm with all your hints. It is just neon bright, 100 billion watts. Ain't gonna miss it.
So, another just small interesting thing that you're probably never actually thinking about at this point in the seed, that Forest Metals hint is only to Key 8 and not the Tiny Lanky. That means it's not Diddy's Helm room or the ferry at the end. Because otherwise, it would be all in the same path.
Basically, all that confirms to me in my mind is that the item in Helm we're looking for is not on the arena, and it's not on the Helm fairies at the end.
Yeah.
It's got to be in a Helm room that
And
isn't one of the main sequence.
Yeah, and it's not going to be Lankies. Because...
Right. So that means it's got to be donkeys or chunkies, and we have bongos. And is bongos hinted? No, of course not. Why would it be hinted? That would be too nice.
Bongos was not hinted. It was used already for 2 things, but it hasn't been hinted.
Alright. Now Mumbo takes his first return visit to caves. What can he do here? He can do... He can do Donkey's 5-door cabin to get his Strong Kong. He still can't get Chunky's medal, or he doesn't have Chunky. That's a bit of a problem. He can pick up, I think it's key 6 from... Who is it? Cranky? Cranky's got key 6.
Cranky. But, like, he also has to get this unhinted Donkey medal to get Grab.
I think you're reasonably likely to end up there. I think you're... I think with bongos, you're pretty likely to end up at this medal. Because once you go into... You get a huge CB injection from the igloo. You get a huge... Okay, a small CB injection from the cabin. I think you'll get there. It's definitely a little bit tight. Bongos Wath because of that medal? Well, Bongos is also Wath because a Way of the Horde Strong Kong is hinted Wath in this cabin, so... Something funny is going on with Strong Kong. We don't know what yet. We actually don't know at all.
And then depending on where Blast was... Like, if Blast is just in a shop somewhere, then none of that was pathed to the medal because everything was available.
Actually, as far as we know, every donkey move is Way of the Horde, so Yellow Vials up tremendous today. I mean, Alpha's not going to leave this room without that 5-pack, so he's thinking Donkey CBs, which will save his bacon one day. It's a little bit of a scary medal to have unhinted, but I don't think it's that bad here. I think you're reasonably likely to end up with it. And he's investing in Cave's Diddy medal, which is an actual killer. That one's a monster.
Just the medals in general are just so bad.
Cave's medals are rough, that's for sure. Not my favorite medals, that's for sure.
Yeah, Strong Kong would be Wath for barrels. So that explains that Way of the Horde hint. It could be used for other stuff, but it is at least Way of the Horde for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That would put that nicely on the path. Does that? Can we solve any hints like definitively? We think it's barrels that's the item in the igloo that matters the most.
Yeah, it's definitely not barrels to 5 because it would at least be path to Lanky.
True. Wait. I mean, it could be, but the only thing we found out of the igloo area so far is barrels, I believe.
Correct.
And if we assume that our item, and usually the items you find earlier are more likely to be your Gigapath items, not a guarantee, but usually. Feels pretty light. I'm feeling pretty comfortable penciling in barrels as our thing on the path to 7. We're gonna need to find some way to get to key 7. Who knows what? Maybe that's a late boss.
Maybe another boss.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Alpha already did this, but Mumbo also doing the little twirl trick so that the maze doesn't open. And there's your grab on Cave's Donkey Medal to save your... to go get Chunky later. That's kind of mean. And barrel throwing for the road. Yowza. And we know why we need barrel throwing. We need it specifically for Lanky K-Roll, so no surprises there. But it's kind of looking like it's going to turn out real good elsewhere as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, this barrels just doesn't work with, like, treasure room stuff. It doesn't work with Totem Oasis area.
Well, if we want to make it work with treasure room stuff, we need to find Mini Monkey, right? Well, okay, right. We need to find Mini or Spring or Balloon. Diving was free, so that's not a consideration. Diving is just an open display, no requirements.
We still haven't been back to level 1 Galleon for the for that boss, so we don't. I mean, that's just going to be key 4.
It has to be something. It has to be at least something that leads to key 4, if not key 4 itself. It would be very surprising if it weren't. Leave it at that. But a little bit of backtracking between the two of them right now. I imagine Mumbo is pretty likely to go find Chunky soon. But he's taking his time clearing out more caves medals because apparently they have the goods. He gets to be a little more thorough in caves because he has more Kongs on his return visit to caves, whereas Alpha gets to be more efficient in Japes because he's got all the Kongs. Well, he's about to get all the Kongs. I'm out of Japes. He didn't stall quite long enough for the doubters. It's looking like a sub 40-minute Vin Diesel %, which is very nice. Very, very nice. It is indeed key 6 in Caves Cranky. No big deal, both of them saw it. Very likely to return and go grab that whenever we want it. No problemo.
But that isn't a really easy spot to just sort of slip your mind, and then when you get to your 45 hints, you see Caves Shops to key 6, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh, that hits you right in the soul when you forget a shop, yeah. Especially when it's going to get hinted later too. It's just like, oh my god, how could I do that? I need key 6 to get into Helm.
Alright, we see our first return trip to Galleon here, over on Alpha's side. All the Kongs.
We're looking to get the boss, and we're looking to get whatever's in the shipyard. Whatever we can get in the shipyard. Because Peanut being hinted on the path to all this stuff is also very important. Like, Peanut is on the path to all the whole 9 yards. Alright, we got a little more action here. Caves Donkey 5 to Igloo. Sure enough. We got barrels hinted way of the horde, very loudly, loud and clear. Lighthouse area is 1 potion, we already found it, it's done. Castle surroundings on the path to a whole bunch of stuff. That is probably Coconut Gun. Or no, that's probably Bongos.
That's the same, yeah, okay, so that is Bongos, and then it's the same paths to barrel throwing.
Okay, so this is 100% Bongos, and that 100% confirms it's barrels, which means you basically have to do every barrels check in the game you can think of in order to find key 7.
Yep.
Starting with, say, the cannon game. Perfect check here.
Love the cannon game. Started with pineapple, so it's not hinted for paths yet.
Hey, that's a mistake. You hate the cannon game. We all hate the cannon game. Don't lie. Oh no. Not like this. You got 1 shot, 1 opportunity. You have 2 shots technically, but good enough.
Easy.
Why is it always when you're following hinted moves, the checks turn out to be junk? Why is this? How did this happen?
You're the
Don't ask me. No, don't turn this on me.
Listen.
You think I know? I guess it's I'm just asking the world, man. I'm screaming to the heavens. Why? Why? Someday we'll know peace, but not today. Today we only know donk.
I like the implication that donk is not peace.
Am I wrong?
I know, but...
Oh, I guess Galleon Shops also have something nice. Galleon Shops for Chunky K. Rool and Tiny K. Rool.
And it's going to be something in the shipyard area, so...
This is... Wow, these hints are horrifying, because we've got a move for Chunky K. Rool and Tiny K. Rool. We've got a move for Tiny K. Rool and Lanky K. Rool, so we got branching, weaving, twisting, winding paths just nonsensically all over the place here.
Yeah, I'm not...
Oh boy.
I'm not loving it.
I think this item in the Galleon Shop is, like, kind of important, because it's very... I'm really hoping that it's Mini Monkey or Feather, because if it's one of those, then it will help you find a Chunky K. Rool move very easily.
I have this weird suspicion it's going to be the other way around. I have a weird suspicion it's going to be Hunky.
Okay, well...
And then you're going to use that to find, like, Feather.
Actually, you know what? That might actually be better. You might be right.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, it's something crazy like Balloon or something just absolutely nonsensical. I don't know why I spoke that out loud, because it might happen now. But...
the best case scenario is that it's mini monkey, which means that the treasure room item has to be on one of the towers that you can just get out of logic.
Ooh.
And skip half the seed.
You're totally right. Mini monkey is like
that's best case.
Kind of weird. Plus, there's an item in Helm that's needed for Tiny K. Rool. Like, if we think it's trombone in Helm, then like it could be mini in Helm for trombone. Something. Oh god, that's horrible.
Yeah, no. This is.
Both of those are awful. Like I don't know which is worse. I really don't know what's the worst thing that could be in Helm, but right now it's looking like it's one of feather, mini, or trombone, which is all of those are horrible because there's so many checks throughout the game for those moves. You really hope that at the end of the seed you have an unresolved Way of the Horde hint that you know your item in Helm will get you to. That's the best case scenario because then you don't have like basically a pull of the slot machine to figure out which mini check is it. Ooh. See, you're following your hinted stuff, and it's junk. All the time.
Always.
All the time.
I do think I would have done the shops before going to the treasure room, just on the off chance it was mini. I don't think it's going to be mini in the shop, but...
It's a possibility. Honestly, swimming is so fast, it's not a big deal. But, here we go. We got some action.
Oh! There are 2 potions.
Is this the magic answer? We would have to figure out where Balloon is. That could be our item in the Aztec Oasis and Totem area.
This is also an actual useless move, or useful move.
Oh boy.
I'm really shocked.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think it had to be. I don't think we can get mini. I don't think it can be in the treasure chest, actually. Because we have a Chunky K. Rool, Tiny K. Rool move hint, and a Tiny K. Rool, Lanky K. Rool move hint. One of those leads to mini, and one of those leads to feather. Which means anything inside the treasure chest couldn't be on the path to anything else. So, okay, Rocket Barrel. Rocket Barrel is 100% our item in the treasure room.
That's definitely path to key 8. I'll say that.
Sure is. But it seems likely you take Rocket Barrel to the Oasis and Totem area where there are a load of Rocket Barrel checks to go pick your poison.
Because Diddy is the last room in Helm, if the item was in Diddy's Helm room, it would also be path to key 8, but we do have that separate Helm. Or that separate hint. So I think, I think this for the Totem Oasis area is definitely the play.
I mean, all Rocket Barrel needs to do then is just lock Railgun or Monkey Port, basically. That's pretty much it. Can I fix that fly's hitbox? Unfortunately, it's impossible. I've seen the hitboxes for it, and it doesn't make sense. Shoutouts to the beam. We love to see the beam.
The item in the shop?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's in a hinted region. You're buying that, right, Chief? You're buying it, right, Chief?
It's in a hinted region.
It's in a hinted
region, sure.
If you don't buy the bean here, you're never buying the bean ever, and we all know it. You're buying that. He's buying another blueprint first. Alpha. It's a hinted region, man. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Don't think about the fact that it actually might not be able to be the bean. Don't think about it.
I think it could be. I'm trying to cook it up, but I'm not gonna get there before Alpha sees the other shop.
I actually don't think it can be the bean because it's mini. Because the bean check is mini locked. I don't think it can be the bean.
Oh, it's mini and feather locked, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
That is.
Never mind.
Farts.
I was thinking of this weird scenario where Hunky was on the Forest Funky shop, and then the Save the Apple was Mini Monkey to do the bean.
I think, yeah, the bean is dead, isn't it? Oh, man, because we have conflicting Tiny K. Rool hints, which means nothing can be both feather and mini locked. Man, it's just funky. That's so lame.
Alright, this has to be the item it's talking about.
Oh, boy.
Oh!
We got some action here. Hunky Chunky. On the path to Tiny K. Rool somehow. Huh.
But not to anything else.
Well, that could be anything. Maybe it's...
Yeah.
I don't know, something... Let's pick something painful. Let's put it on kosher dirt. Why not?
Dog it on 2.
Oh my god! That's real too. That's a very real possibility as well. That's horrifying. And now from what is it, level 4 on, we can start seeing Dog It On 2 because we got Hunky Chunky and barrels. Yep. Oh brother, what have you done? Even worse, throughout all this mess, we still have a bait way of the Horde, which is Balloon, that we can logically skip, but it's going to be out there somewhere. Maybe that's what's on the chunky metal in caves? Maybe? Maybe
yeah,
that's...
it could be that chunky metal in caves.
Maybe it's locked behind Blast, and we don't need Blast? Sorry, I need to get a hit there of copium. Pure, raw copium. Brother. I like how we're giving him a moment of silence to read the hints. Like, we're just, like, very respectfully, just, like... As soon as somebody opens up the pause menu, it's like we enter the library, just like, shh. Yes. Parse your hints. Be careful. Think carefully, Chief. Where do you like to go? Shipyard looking pretty nice so far.
Boss here should be level, or should be key 4.
You have to check the boss. Yeah, like it simply has to be here. There's no other option. Actually, he might have like skipped the boss or something, but we know it has to be here, so you better check it, Chief. Don't not check it. You can kind of like put off checking bosses for a while as you like accumulate more CBs, and so then you can like make a larger blueprint or banana dumps at once. Like he tagged off, he like checked like I had 50 CBs with DK, so I can finish the rest of the requirement right here, right now.
There's nothing worse than tagging through like tiny and hitting 3 colored bananas, wasting everyone's time.
I think the saddest thing to see is a 1 on the Troffenskoff door. It's just like, I gotta throw 1 in, really? Wow, could this be Magjack? This could be Magjack.
It could be, yeah.
Oh my god. That's actually probably the best case scenario, because that would give you possible twirl hints that might give you some information. Alright. We'll take Puff Toss and we'll like it, I guess. We're this close to greatness. Alright, does Mumbo know the bean is dead? Does he buy the bean? Knowing where the bean is, you know, half the battle, right? That's pretty nice. That's all well and good. Does he take the bait? Buy the bean? Oh, he thought about it too. Aww. He thought about it. If you have enough time in the shop, you can come to the correct conclusion that yes, the bean is dead, which is tragic.
Well, alright, here's how the bean can still be alive.
Okay.
So, in the end, there's going to be an either-or for a slam. To get something.
Oh, man. Now we're cooking. Ooh. Put a slam on the beanstalk? I mean...
And it's an either-or, so the paths don't matter.
Oh, brother, I'll have what you're having. That's a good cook.
I actually still don't think it's possible because you have to go into Helm at some point to
think it is
one of the 2 items.
Well,
Guitar. If Guitar is locked by 1 slam, that's how we can make it happen.
Oh my god.
Because you do need Saxophone as well to do the bean check.
Oh my god. Oh boy, we're burning down the oven. The oven's on fire.
That's what Puff Toss does to a commentary.
Yeah, really. Yeah, wow, that's really true. That hits different. No lies spoken there. Alright. Our level 5, I believe our level 5 has to be Forest. And you might be like, wow, that's so smart. I can't believe you intuited that. I stole it from Mumbo's stream. He decided that like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, Forest medals to 5 and 8.
Yep.
Don't know which medal.
But key 5 is locked by 4 somehow, which means it's just gotta be here, right? No other option.
Yeah.
We can't get in any other levels, so gotta find Forest.
$33. Okay, I thought I said 38 for a second. I was like, holy moly.
Key 5 been clicked this whole time? Am I crazy? I might just like work that tracker. Technology. Love that. Puff. Unfortunately, instead of Puff Toss, you don't have to look at Puff Toss anymore. Ignore. You can put the right screen off. You can look at the left screen. A fresh clear of Fungi Forest. With Click Clockwood. Ooh, ooh, the good stuff. The best version. Chef's kiss. What do we want in Forest? We want the Blast course, but we don't have Blast. And we want somebody's medal. Don't know whose.
With the way that these paths are, it's not going to be Tiny's medal, I'll tell you that. Because you do need either Feather or Mini for it.
Did you break out the calculator? I gotta break out the calculator now, huh?
Oh, this is the long-standing trauma from that one seed where Key 7 was on the medal, and the only hint to it was Mini because Feather was locked by Mini.
Force Tiny Medal is certainly notorious, that's for sure. Fortunately, having Grape actually solves a lot of medals. Grape solves a lot of medals. Thornvine Barn access is not accessible because we don't have a Slam, which is unfortunate. We do have access to the area, and that's good enough for a whole bunch of stuff, like a bunch of DK bananas. No problems there. So I think DK is fine because of that. Tiny is just like such a massive question mark, though.
Tiny is like, with that Grape access, Tiny is a lot closer than you might think.
Diddy's is fine. We have Rocket Barrel. The mushrooms are easy. We don't have Guitar, but that's no problem. Between the inside of the mushroom and the top of the mushroom from here, we'll be chilling. Wow, did he just actually just like one-shot that jump? That's kind of a crazy jump from Alpha there. He's gaming right now, that's for sure.
Wow.
Ooh, I kind of like what Mumbo's doing. He got his Rocket Barrel for the hinted region and was like, I know what a Rocket Barrel check is. It's over in the lighthouse. Unfortunately, there's only one push in the lighthouse, so that would have had to be like exactly key. Nothing. It couldn't have been anything, actually. Never mind.
There's a universe it's Key 7, I guess.
No. No, there isn't. I rescind my praise. You were awarded no points. That's a crazy balloon shot. Shooting the balloon over the mushroom, that's like, I don't know. Well, I guess you could just always make it day, but... Is he, like, trying to skip the mushroom area or something? I feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense, because there's just so
shops. Why are...
What is that? What is that doing? Is that balloon?
That's...
Wait. Actually, Candy Chunky. Is that our... Oh my god. What the heck? Cave Shops, Key 6. No surprises there. That's just exactly where Key 6 was.
Igloo to the same path? Why are there so many things in the igloo?
A third igloo item. In fact, it is on the same paths. It's another igloo item. Key 7, Key 8, Chunky K-Roll, Tiny K-Roll, Lanky K-Roll. Wow. What is that item?
Okay. Barrels plus Guitar. To do the other igloo to get something.
I think we're buying the right instrument out of factory, right? So we just need to get the factory?
I think the factory instrument is going to be Guitar. And then you have to do Diddy's Igloo, which satisfies the other Igloo hint, satisfies barrels to Key 7. And then that item is going to be whatever leads you to Key 7, as well as being just useful, generally.
Gotta be, right? Perfect.
And it's very nice of the hints to tell you exactly which shop it likely is. What is this cave's medal going to be? For Chunky, though. This doesn't fit with anything.
Cave's medal with Chunky? This is Sax, right? Or,
no.
That's
the Force medal. I was thinking of the Way of the Horde.
That's gotta be Balloon, right? I think. It could also be like the Gorilla Monkey Port jump scare, too. I think that world is impossible.
Mumbo doing the same Diddy balloon. Tech. This is one of those things I'll see somebody do and be like, wow, that's really cool. I should do that. And I'll never remember to do it.
I don't think it's useful is the problem. If you're going to the top of the mushroom, it's just not needed at all. I don't think. Unless I'm crazy.
If you can skip the top of the mushroom, yeah. But especially if you already have rocket barrel, like it should be.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, you're trying to skip the middle level of the mushroom, right? You're pulling 10 from... What is it? Hang on, let me get the numbers. The mushroom ring... The top of the mushroom has 10. You get 10 on the bounce in the mushroom area, and then it's 7 on the inside. So, like, there's 27 over there just for free. And you're going to check the mid-mushroom splat anyway, so you're already there. I guess running around the top of the mushroom is kind of slow, but... You're going to rocket up there instantly, so it's not that big a deal. I don't know how important that is to get that balloon. I'm not sure. That is something I should consider at least. It's possible though, with like worse items in your pocket, it's kind of bad, but Diddy's Metal and Forest already has no requirements, so maybe you're like saving some time a little bit, but probably not significant. Alright. Did we just see Lanky's Metal come in and it's not Lanky's Metal?
Yeah, right. Lanky's Metal was just a GB.
Oh, Lanky's Metal is a Diddy's Metal. Diddy's Metal would make sense, no requirements, right? Please don't tell me it's Tiny's Metal.
I literally don't think it's possible. Alright, there
it is. It is Sax on Diddy's Forest Metal. Oof. So you send that back to the igloo and find something there. Something good there. Probably key 5. And then you take key 5 to your factory shops to go get your guitar, to take that back to the igloo to get... Does that have to be one of Monkey Porter Gorilla Gun? Is that what's there?
Maybe?
Is it key 7? Well, no, it can't be key 7. Whatever you get there will get you to key 7. So it's something very good.
And it also gets you to the key 8 stuff.
Oh, brother. This is getting tricky. What is in this igloo? I'm trying to...
It might be Gorilla Gone.
Yeah, Gorilla Gone to key 7 then? I mean, it's got to be something.
Gorilla Gone to key 7 off of maybe the chunky metal in caves, because you don't have punch logically.
Well, it depends where triangle is then.
Yeah.
It could be punch. That would get you the metal.
That would solve a lot of problems, yeah.
I think that gets you the metal. I got to... I'm gonna crunch the numbers again.
Oh, God.
Pineapple is enough. Okay. Yeah, pineapple and punch is enough for this metal. And I think maybe also... Yes. So, alright, back to caves. Well, wait, no, wait. Yes, caves. Yes, caves. We need to go get key 5.
Igloo.
Go get something out of factory. And then come back to the igloo. And then... You're going in and out of the...
Alpha doesn't have key 6 yet, so I was like, why don't you just take the 1? But this makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Not forgetting this. He did not forget. He wrote it down. Write down the things you see in shops. It will save you later, I promise. It's so important. Right. Doing a quick GB count on our guys. We got... Mumbo on the right has 44 plus 9 blue... No. 44 plus 10 blueprints. So he's at 54? Let me do my math. I hate math.
And 42 and 10 for Alpha. So 52.
43 and 10 now.
now.
Aha. Wow. Very close then. I think I give an edge to Alpha on knowledge. All right, finding the metal on, or finding the sacks on Diddy's metal first is pretty significant here, I think.
Yeah. Otherwise, their moves are almost identical. Actually, they are identical. Other than that, and there's the sacks for Mumbo.
Dang ol'. Versus key 6 not being terribly significant now that key 6 is also in his pocket. Yeah, so feels like Alpha's just about like a run to the cave's igloo ahead. That said, I don't think Mumbo needs to abandon ship and run there immediately. Collecting GBs now is like certainly not a bad idea. We need to get to 64 to get into Helm no matter what. So Alright, key 5 is there. Now we can consider factory. Hopefully factory is cheap. We just pray to your favorite deity.
Yep.
And it's cheap. Pretty please. Say pretty please right now. Come
Pretty
on.
pleased.
Please, please do not destroy us on this.
Please.
Please do not make it a 60 GB factory. Because it could. It very well could. It's a level 6. That's promising. Oh, he's slower rolling us.
Oh no.
Oh, Alpha, that's just rude, man. That's just so rude. And that leaves our level 7 as Aztec. Oh, great. 45! Oh!
Oh no. I dump. I don't care.
Deserved.
I just go in.
Deserved it. You deserve that for slow rolling us. See ya, bud. Back to the bleachers.
Oh, the slow look before the pause exit.
That's just a despair moment. And now you got to do something ugly, which is you might check this battle arena. Well, Cremile's foolish. Maybe you don't. You can always just dump now. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, the battle arenas aren't in these settings.
You're totally right. I just lost 20 seconds for no reason. Got me. Holy moly. I gotta get my head in the game. Of course, Metal Wars has 1 potion, and then I actually missed the other hint. I'm sure Alpha will read it in a second.
Mumbo's gonna show us how much Aztec costs. We do have to get into Aztec. We do know that. So.
Probably. In fact, Aztec might be something you need in conjunction with whatever's in the igloo. It's 54. Not bad, not terrible. I mean, actually, Alpha's just going to dump right up to it. He won't know it, but that's pretty nice. But now, Mumbo just has the 45 needed to get into factory, so he's just going to run right in and go scoop up whatever's in this hinted caves or candy chunky shop, provided he has enough coins. Okay, maybe they just like don't look at the entrance because they're focused on this Bongo's pet. Surely they're not.
I think I solved it.
Surely they're not both griefing us. I guess you can peek the number from here, so maybe this is just a strat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fair play.
I think I've solved it.
Yeah, well, there's both of them.
All right. Well, let's.
Does that main aisle hint solve anything for you? Because that's kind of toxic. That's coconut, right?
That would be coconut.
Yep. And Castle
I don't
Underground
know
is
if that
diving.
solves anything for me.
And then,
Oh, that's to get Strong Kong.
Yep.
Okay. So, what's gonna happen is it's guitar in the shop to go back to the igloo to get blast. The blast course in forest has key 7. The llama reward is gonna have whatever we need for 8 chunky tiny lanky.
The llama reward. Holy, what a cook. Does this help? Forest with donkey. Forest with donkey has monkey port. I think monkey port's on the blast course, so...
Wait,
just
so
like
where's
that?
key 7?
Just like that, you're bricked. Unfortunate, Chief. You hate to see it.
No, I hope monkey port is slam locked now.
No, screw that. How dare they?
How dare they instantly... Alright.
So monkey port likely being on the blast course means that blast is somewhere at the end of this mess. Maybe blast is just in the shop here, or maybe... I mean, blast could be in the shop here, and then the Oasis Totem Area. The lumber reward could still be something. We just then run into a problem where literally any blast check in the game could have... any blast check in the game, or... Well, okay, no, because we're getting guitar here, and then it's blasting the igloo. Oh, God. Yeah, because this is guitar, right? This has to be guitar, I think.
I think it pretty much has to.
Or other. We got a bongos hint too, and bongos being on the path to tiny K roll and lanky K roll does bode well for the fact that it's just in our item in Helm. Reminder: there's an item in Helm. Is probably in DK's room. We have no idea where triangle is, but bongos got hinted, which is kind of nice. We can't.
Also, one of Tiny's moves is still locked by Hunky Chunky somewhere.
Oh my God!
Like somewhere. Out in the ether, who knows?
Maybe on the apple or something? Oh gosh.
None of the hints are helping here.
No, that is not helpful. And we have all the hints. That is... Uh-oh, red alert.
Yeah.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Like we're out of hints.
We've run out of rope. We gotta make a bridge.
right, what if we had 36 hints instead of 35?
Yeah, and the last hint is exactly what I want it to be. Nothing else, exactly what I want it to be. If I have all the information I need, make it a joke hint so my competitors don't have any advantage. But if I don't have enough information, tell me specifically what I need and not my opponent's need, right? That's the critical detail. How casino are we in right now? It's less casino and more you just kind of have to pick right and good luck. Alright, it is indeed guitar in the shop as predicted, which is good. So now, whatever's in Diddy's Igloo is gonna, like... It's gonna be the greatest item of all time, because it's gonna point us to key 7, and then probably continue the Gigapath. Man, I also really want to see Aztec to see whatever's in the Oasis and Totem area, now that we can do almost everything there. It's gotta be a Rocket Barrel check, right? Because Rocket was hinted for all the same stuff. I don't think the free llama makes sense.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, it could be something in the Llama Temple.
Possibly.
But yeah, I did forget about the Rocket Barrel being something we need to actually use at some point.
The Llama Temple isn't part of the Oasis and Totem area. I think it's specifically a Rocket Barrel check in either the Oasis or the Totem area.
Oh yeah. I was saying the key 7 could be in Llama Temple instead of... yeah.
Alright, I think we're counting our chickens before they hatch. We need to figure out what's in this blasted igloo before we can decide what the heck key 7 could be on. Come on.
I think that's exactly where Mumbo's headed. Alright.
There's enough information to work with here, but just enough. And... Alright, yeah, Mumbo's headed back to the igloo. Whereas Alpha's kind of clearing up. He's touching up to 60. Oh, geez, what is this? Did Alpha look at this? I didn't pay attention to what this was. Buy it instantly, and give me...
Oh, it was a third melon. That's what it was.
Third melon? Oh, whoops. Well, sometimes it pays to read your shopkeeper hints, huh? Oh, well.
If it's this late in a seed, I just buy it. Like, it might help. Who knows?
I don't know. Or it might help. It might lose you, like, 10 seconds. Unlucky. Alright, so the pendulum kind of swings back to Mumbo's favor, it looks like. He's got
extra GB.
He's got 11 blueprints. He's chilling. He is at 64. He does not know where Monkey Port is. He does not have the Monkey Port hint. You need 54 GBs to see that. But otherwise, he's got enough to go off of. So what is this item? Is this Blast?
Punch.
Punch?
Punch? Why?
Cave's Chunky Metal, right?
To do the metal.
Oh gosh. Well, that's not good. So Punch leads you to key 7? Is key 7 on Cave's Chunky Metal? That would make a lot of sense. No, it wouldn't.
I think Cave's Chunky Metal now has to be the Blast. And Punch... Oh, Punch being the last item for key 7, it could be... There's so many punch checks.
There's a lot of punch checks. It could be anything in, like... There's so many punch checks in Galleon.
Factory.
Forest has a couple.
Some of them are paired with slams.
Cave or Castle. Caves even has some. All right, well,
every chunky check in Castle is punch locked, basically.
I think the TLDR is that punch is a very good move, and that's probably that might have been one of the worst things we could have seen there, but we do need punch for Chunky K. Rool, so it did have to turn up at some point. So that is a small blessing.
Something interesting, we do have some areas that we know can't help us anymore. Although, no, because I was going to say because of scouring hints, but keys don't show up in scouring hints.
Exactly. We're looking for key 7, not any potions.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, oh, lighthouse area, we don't have to worry about Drunky Junky, but no, we actually might have to.
Not so fast. Not so fast. We probably don't have to worry about bosses anymore. I think we can put bosses to bed. Which is good. Love that.
Except maybe Dogadon 2 for Featherbow.
Alright, so Mumbo just went ahead and dumped to get his monkey port in here. Let's see what we get. Fungi 4s with Donkey. That's not good. Uh-oh. Where's my blast? My blast! Alright, is there any Rocket Barrel punch intersections that might make sense? I don't think so. Not besides Helm, which doesn't really make sense.
Is there a weird Caves Metal situation?
There's
No.
Castle Diddy Metal is that, but we have Peanut.
Oh yeah, but you do have Peanut.
I think having Peanut means either Rocket Barrel or Punch is enough, I think. Because it's a green slam level, we don't have to worry about that too much. You can get into the ballroom and do all sorts of Rocket Barrel shenanigans. I don't think Punch is necessary for Castle Diddy Metal anymore.
Not with
Peanut Slam and Rocket Barrel. So it shouldn't be Punch for that. Punch for Caves Chunky Metal makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, Mumble even without the Caves Chunky Metal.
I mean, you might have penciled that in as Balloon as well. Like, we're still looking for a bait Way of the Horde Balloon for Rocket Barrel. Is it possible to... Oh, there's Gorilla Gun out of nowhere. Okay.
Yep.
That's our answer, right? It could be Balloon was in the... No, it can't be Balloon was in the Oasis to Mary, because Balloon locks Rocket Barrel.
I mean, we just got Gorilla Gun in this
Exactly.
tournament.
And so that solves that hint nicely, which is perfect. So we got Gorilla Gun. We need Monkey Paw and E7. And then we can get into Helm and figure out what the heck is going on with Trombone and Feather. And Mini. We still don't have Mini. Help. We're missing 3 moves for K. Rool. Help. One of them is in Helm. One of them is locked by Hunky Chunky. This is not the Hunky Chunky casino I signed up for. Oh, brother. Right. I think Mumbo is looking at Caves Chunky Metal because main Caves is foolish, so there's no reason to do this otherwise.
Yeah.
And Alpha's also thinking the same thing, running around to get Caves Chunky Metal. What do we got here? This better be good. It better not be Balloon. Don't show me Balloon game.
I have to imagine it can't be Balloon. I mean, sure it could be. But...
Oh man, if Triangle is in a really awkward spot... Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Or if Balloon is in a weird spot. Like, what if it's some, like, bizarro scenario where Rocket Barrel also gets you Balloon? Then you would definitely have... Well, no. No, I'm thinking bad. I'm trying to figure out how Guitar would get locked by something, but Guitar's just in a shop. And then Rocket Barrel was... Or not Rocket Barrel, my brain is exploding. Help.
Oh, get 3 more bananas, please.
Nah. He's going to the...
No.
He's going to the Chunky Igloo. He's got it.
Yeah.
You kind of have to do all this, too. It's super awkward without Triangle. Caves Chunky Metal is like a low-key stinker.
It's Blast.
Oh, alright. There we go. Fortunately, it was good, at least. It's no longer a disaster. And now they're like neck and neck again, so... Oh, boy. Strap in. Run to Forest. What is on this Blast course? Is this Key 7? Oh, no, this is Monkey Port. This is Monkey Port. So where is Key 7?
If this is Key 7, we have a big problem, and we need to find a slam.
Oh, geez, you're right. Oh, that would be a disaster,
I think this is just going to be Monkey Port. And a different Blast check, or a different Punch check, will be...
Right. And I think the reason I think it has to be Monkey Port is that Gorilla Gun doesn't really lead to Tiny K. Rool or Lanky K. Rool unless... Or, wait, I guess it gets you into Helm. What am I thinking?
It gets you into Helm.
Punch doesn't lead you to Tiny K. Rool or Lanky K. Rool unless it's Punch for the Metal, which gets you into Helm. Basically, this Blast has to get you into Helm somehow. And the only way remaining is Monkey Port. It's a potion, it's not a key. Alright, Forest Blast Course, the true final boss of this game.
Alright, so that satisfies Punch. Punch to all that stuff is done.
The Punch satisfaction is implied. We don't know that for certain. It does depend on other items, but it's a pretty safe bet considering how essential Punch is for that metal. It's not a hard requirement, but it's a strong one. So we penciled this in as Monkey Port, so that means we need to find Key 7 somewhere. Our best leads on Key 7 is Punch.
Yeah.
And that's
Punch and maybe Blast, because it is most likely locked.
Right. Alright, punch or blast? Where do you go?
I go back to factory. I do dark room. I do factory lobby.
Oh, a very pleasant minigame as well. The easiest barrage, but, you know, a lot of people hate it. I think I'm gonna skill issue you, no big deal. I'm keeping it in the pool so I maintain competitive advantage.
I will say, I hate this minigame when it shows up after a blast course like that, on the off chance that you like could have switched Kongs.
Okay, but it's no worse than like a diving minigame turning up and you don't have diving, right? Like, is this really that bad?
Well, no, it's only bad. It's only bad because like I could have Diddy with Peanut, but I can't change.
Yeah. Oof. That is kind of mean, huh? That is definitely worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to put random enemies in this minigame again then. Oh, my fault too. Wait a minute, hang on. No. We're not doing this game. No.
There's Monkey Port. Get that one more GB Alpha. Go to Helm.
You can't go to Helm. With what key 7?
Listen.
We gotta find key 7.
Get Alta tweeted. Then.
Get Alta tweeted for the people. Yes? Wait. Yes?
Yes.
Do it. Do it. Yes. Maybe he's going to level 7. No, he's doing it. Another victim for the collection. Or maybe he's like actually. He's thinking Hunky Chunky maybe, but I don't think this could be it because it's not Sax.
Yeah.
There's no way it's Chunky's medal, by the way. All right, he didn't quite get auto tweeted, but I think he is committing to pound the X, which I don't think he can be, by the way.
It can't because Sax is only to 5 and 8.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, yeah, actually, and Sax is the only thing on Forest Metal, so there's no surprises waiting there. I got his key 5. Okay, yeah, I've talked myself into it. Thank you. Good job, me. Well done, me. Pat myself on the back. Thank you very much. I think your answer is punch. But where? Yeah. Horrifying, to be honest. Hunky is useful, though. Hunky could find you one of Mini or Feather. Your other is probably in Helm. Or tied to Helm. Which is not pretty. So you do gotta do Hunky checks while you're thinking about doing punch checks. Is, I think, your answer.
Oh, Alpha didn't do Gorilla Gun yet. That's right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, well, I guess it wasn't quite dead even when I said it was dead even, but now it's dead even once again. Factory
7 right here.
Here we go, punch. Not on the ferry. How about this idiot? This is the best case scenario, by the way.
Oh.
Alright, well,
I had such a panic.
That could have been a slam, which would have sent everyone into absolute shambles. But it was merely an instrument upgrade. One of the rare times you're like, oh, thank God, it was only an instrument upgrade. That could have been a lot worse. Dark Room is a great punch check.
Can't do this.
Is this the last punch check in Factory? Besides Pound the or besides the Toy Monster? Well, you can't do this. Alta tweet.
Yeah, Toy Monster. There's the thing upstairs. I think somebody peeked it. One of the two. DK Arcade.
I want to see the shed too.
Is there a world that Arcade
with
could
Blast?
Have? I think so.
Oh man, yeah, it could be Blast. Grab. Where was Grab?
Grab was on that metal.
Grab was on an unhinted metal, I think. Oh! It's Blast! Blast is your answer! It's just randomly in Factory. You had to go to Factory to buy a guitar, to go back to the Igloo, to get Punch, to get the... To get, what was it, Blast on the metal, and then go back to Factory. Well, that's just psychotic.
Wow.
All right.
That means Triangle... Is it right? Triangle? Triangle has to be locked by Punch somewhere in the sea. We don't care where.
Punch or Blast. Either one. Could be in the Llama Temple here. Seems like a decent odds for it. This is so tragic because Alpha already cleared out storage. He already cleared out the Dark Room and saw like the storage punch barrel, so I don't know when he goes back to Factory. This is just brutal. Now, mind you, this show is not over by a long shot. We need to figure out how Hunky leads to Tiny K. Rool. That is not solved at all. And we're missing 2 moves. We're also
getting a random item here in Helm.
Oh, but you know what? Oranges might actually save us here. If we can use oranges and skip Feather. If we get Mini Monkey in Helm, that is like #1. Saves the day. Japes with Tiny? It's Mini. Is it Mini in Helm? It needs to be Mini in Helm, otherwise this is going to be a disaster.
It could be Feather.
What am I?
Feather to get her medal?
I don't think so. It would have to be feather for the feather cage, and I think it can't be that. The medal also needs mini. Actually, no, wait. I think
the medal you can get with coconut.
Checking.
Coconut and feather, or feather and mini.
Always needs feather, then it's coconut or mini. Oh my god. So it has to be feather then in Helm, right?
Yeah, I don't. If trombone is in Japes with tiny, I don't think mini can be here. I think mini has to be.
There are no mini checks that are also not featherlock in Japes. I think it has to be feather in Helm, which will get you trombone, which means mini is hunky locked somewhere still. Help!
Maybe it's the hunky check in the hive tunnel.
No, because then the item in Helm would be. Oh, actually, it could be. You're right. It actually could be the hunky check in the hive area. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alpha's going back to factory. He might get bailed out if he checks the blast course. That's definitely a tricky pull. What is this potion? This is blue? This is some random Linky move we don't care about? Excellent. Oh my god. Of course it's Feather and Helm and not Mini. Of course it's Feather and Helm. If it were Mini Monkey, you just take your Mini Monkey, go get your trombone, and life is good. Actually the funniest scenario is probably if it's actually Mini and Helm, but you still need Feather to get trombone. I think that might actually be the case, but I don't know, that isn't possible.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
It would be very funny though, if it were possible. Can this be the balloon? I don't think so.
No. Okay. Thank God.
Yeah, this was.
I didn't think it was possible because you needed Rocket Barrel to get up here because of Gorilla Gone. Yeah.
And now, mind you, that is not our item that we care about because Sax was not on the path to Tiny K Rool. It's definitely not it. It has to be in the bongos room. Don't freak out. Sprint is bait. Sprint is pure bait. It's this item right here. This is the item. The item in the bongos room is what we care about.
There's Feather.
Of course it's Feather. Of course it's Feather. I can't believe there's a second move in Helm, too, because why not? Why not? For the road. That's so good. At least you can clear Helm now. Right? There's no bait. Yeah, nothing scary left. You can clear Helm for sure. But you can't beat K Rool until you find both Trombone and Mini Monkey. Oh my god. I think you go try and track down... You try to go... I think you have to go to Japes first, right? Because you might find Trombone, and you're checking a hunky check on the way. Of course it's a Rocket Barrel minigame in Helm. Why not? Make it Rocket Barrel lock. Make it Peanut lock. Just make everything awful. Do it. I guess. Can we go back to, like, 45 minutes ago where we were living in the best worlds and had all Kongs at 45 minutes? Can we go back to that? Oh, brother. No help, enjoy your 2-hour seed? Okay, first of all, how dare you? It's getting up in arms.
What do you mean? We're in Helm. We're clearly almost done.
Oh my god, it's because neither of them got the bean! Oh, of course! We should have seen this coming, honestly. That's when the timelines diverged. That's when it all went south.
It's true.
You hate to see it. You truly hate to see it. Okay. I didn't click the key 7 button. Rest assured. This is a user error. We're good. Did I self-alta tweet? Perhaps. We're not going to talk about it. Nice cutscene skip. Let's talk about the cutscene skip. That was beautiful. Perfect. A good one, too.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh man. Yeah, so still need that mini, still need that trombone.
That's it. And we definitely need them. There's no way to skip those. Key 8 acquired for Mumbo, but the show ain't over yet. Japes, it feels like the best play here.
You gotta go to Japes. And I think it has to be the metal or the Lowlands feather cage.
And I think we've seen the feather cage, so it's not there.
I think we've seen it, yeah.
It can't be mini locked, right? No, it can't be mini locked because mini is hunky locked.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Never mind. I was thinking of either or situations, but that's not relevant.
Nothing good there. Yeah. Nothing good. And hunky doesn't actually come into play on too many metals, I don't think. Let's see.
Technically, like, Cave's tiny metal could be hunky locked.
No. It has to lock feather in that world. Oh, no.
Gotcha.
With feather, we're
this is
chilling.
a potion right here. Right in the hive.
Yeah, feather and sacks is enough. And you're fine.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Wait, potion?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In the hive tunnel. So
is this mini?
This has got to be mini. And
Surely.
this is actually a good call coming here first, because
Yes.
now you can just finish up the metal while you're here, instead of having to do, like, the stormy tunnel balloon and all that stuff.
This kind of goes back to living in the best possible worlds, right? If you know you have to go to Japes to find Trombone, so you should go to Japes anyway to try and find Trombone, because there's also the chance you find Mini on the hunky check in Japes. It kind of just makes sense. And given our other options, I think we're running out of options for hunky. We'd seen Kosher Dirt. We'd seen the Aztec Tunnel, I think. I think one of them saw the tunnel. There's Mini. My god, there's Mini. Holy moly.
Unreal.
Skip that pearl. Don't need that. Get me out of here. Give me the metal. Oh boy, we're saved. Alright, crisis averted. Mini just inexplicably in the hive tunnel area. That's crazy. The seed gave you just enough to get to the end and not an ounce more. Even Key 7 was kind of mean.
I mean, but where was Balloon?
Oh, true.
We never found that.
Yeah, who cares? Balloon, whatever. Rip Bozo.
Alright. How does this happen so often, I feel? Maybe it's confirmation bias, but like the skippable move gets unhinted so often, I feel.
I think it's because there's a lot of moves that can be skipped one way or another. It just so happens that we do skip a lot of them a lot, and then know that we skipped it, and then start aggressively playing around having skipped it. And so that leads to more worlds where we beat seeds having skipped things out of logic somehow. I don't know how.
Exactly, yeah.
Is this...
There's the trombone.
Oh, it's trombone. Oh, the seed just magically solved itself at the end. We're back to living in the best possible worlds. And I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. And Mumbo arrives at K. Rool first. And wouldn't you know it, I took a peek at the race lobby. Nobody is done. Dun dun. Racing for first place. Here we go. Strap in. We got Chunky, we got Tiny, we got Lanky. Who is taking this weekly? This is a pretty quick time too, 1:30. I think
I was about to say that, yeah.
It's a sign of the times that like that kind of comes up this late. We just kind of like used to times. People have gotten fast. People have gotten so fast that 1:30 times are like they're dropping regularly. When you say there's like 3 races a day, one of them probably hits a 1:30 every. Somebody probably hits a 1:30 time like every day. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like sub like 1:30 is almost the new. Like sub 1:30 is probably like the new sub 150, but from back like when we were doing the season 2 tournament. Not the 2.5 stuff because that got a little bit weird. But
Alpha doing things. Alpha got a little confused on order of operations. You have to get Mini first, and then go do the rest. Hopefully he like knows that this has to be Mini, because if not, he's probably sweating bullets. Actually, more than bullets, he's sweating like full magazines, full cartridges, the whole gun. Oh, and just the perfect situation. I think if he times this out right, there's a world where where Mumbo finishes while Alpha's inside K. Rool's boot, which would be very funny. That's the classic race. All you can do while you're inside K. Rool's boot is look at the race lobby. It's just like, all right, it's time. Who's gonna finish now? Oh. Bailed out by Mini Monkey. Tiny and Japes for trombone. Here we go. We're digging up all the checks. Alright, maybe you should have grabbed that 5-pack for the Metal Chief, but you know what? That's your cross to bear. The tricky thing with the logic that's so hard to piece together is that you have to have pieced together that Hunky is on the path to Key 8, or Hunky is on the path to Tiny K. Rool and nothing else. Which means this Hunky that got you Mini, none of these Mini checks are valid for trombone. None of them. So it's not here.
Right, yeah.
I guess this is the only one it kills, and the stump, but you can just look at the stump. No big deal. You can get some bananas in here too, so hopefully he like does that. But if you like skip the 5-pack outside, he might not. We'll see. Maybe he just like didn't want to live in the world where it was the metal. And which, you know what, I understand, but it kind of had to be there, so unlucky.
Yeah.
And you're forced to get the 5-pack on the way out, so maybe he was planning to walk out the whole time and he's actually a genius. Who am I to say? Who am I to judge?
I mean, this metal kind of sucks anyways. It's just annoying because of these mini logs, I guess. It's not pleasant.
Mumbo coming to the end of Tiny Phase, just absolute agony in the boot. Like 2-minute auto-scroller almost. Throws an orange for good measure. We love our oranges. And now, how good is your Lanky K. Rool? Because Lanky K. Rool is a tricky one. Gotta go quick. And there's trombone for Alpha. He's out of here. I think Mumbo's gonna be a little bit too fast to boot Alpha, but still the same vibe of watching other people finish while you're in K. Rool.
It just feels so bad.
Mumbo with incredible power crouching technique, my goodness. Well, we searched long and hard for trombone, just to play it 3 times.
Yeah.
No, we'll take it. That's what it is. It's what it is. Sometimes it'd be like that. It would do.
It's kind of funny because sometimes Lanky Phase feels like a blessing because, like, you have trombone, which is intable if you get to Helm. You've got barrels, which you know it has to be in the first 3 levels. But sometimes it can just be the absolute problematic seed. And
then sometimes it's the problem, yeah, the problem child of having, or just like, oops, it's your trombone is in Helm. Whoops! And boom! That is a dot done for Mumbo with a time of 1:34.50. He takes second in this race as he got sniped by about 2 minutes by the one and only Connor75. What an absolute legend. A GG to Mumbo. Second place is nothing to sneeze at, though. Well done. Well done. Alright, we're gonna try and pull him in a minute. Give him a chance to talk smack, I guess. An excellent showing from both of these, though. This is a nice time. They're both sub 140, 134. Wow, wild times.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's gotten so fast.
They really have, and we are now joined by Mumbo. How you doing?
Hello. How's it going?
How'd you enjoy that seed?
Well, I did pretty good, but gotta say, Connor finishing kind of ruined my day.
How dare
I thought
he?
I'd won that one.
he's
I was convinced, dude. Tremendous amount of stuff went in my favor that seed. I was like, there's no way anybody's beating this. And then somebody beat it.
A lot of things did pan out really nice. Not everything, but a lot of stuff did.
I had, like, a couple execution errors in the beginning that were kind of frustrating, but that key 7, easy peasy. That mini monkey, I mean, I knew it was a hunky check. Mm-hmm. And once I saw the trombone hit, I was like, man, I mean, there's a hunky check over there. I'm going to look so cool if that's mini monkey. And then I finished the metal off.
Oh.
And it was. But, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's actually really tricky, given that we knew that Mini and Feather were on diverging paths. the number of checks it could be in Japes is actually like super limited. It basically had to be on exactly the metal.
It could it could only be the metal.
Yeah.
Because it was feather but not mini.
Yeah, feather and not mini. We'd seen everything else too. We'd seen the boss. We'd seen the low lanes cage. We'd seen the feather cage. Kind of nasty that, but worked out in the wash. Having coconut in your pocket helped a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeesh.
That key 7 though, that key 7 was rough. It got me real nervous.
That key 7 is everything.
It could have been blast. It could have been monkey port.
Oh yeah, I think that
And
monkey port too. Really? I guess okay. It could have been monkey port. I think monkey port is like a few 2 steps far for me to really trust it, but I guess it didn't get hinted. It didn't get path hinted.
Monkey port. Yeah, monkey port got waff hinted. So
yeah, I guess monkey port doesn't lock a ton of stuff, and you kind of already skipped it. I was kind of thinking castle for punch was a good option, but
yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that Charles has taught me, it's go straight to factory when you get punch.
Yeah. I mean, Alpha had already cleared out storage. Like, he'd seen the dark room, he'd seen the punch barrel, and oh no, wait, I guess he didn't have punch yet.
Yeah, because punch was pretty late in the seed.
He'd seen the punch barrel in arcade, so maybe that was like something that might put him off. He ran to he didn't have Gorilla Gun. You guys got punch at about the same time, and monkey port at about the same time. Yeah, you were both in the barrage at the same time. It's just he didn't have Gorilla Gun yet, so he had to run and grab that.
Right.
And then I think that led him to like do other stuff. It didn't look like he knew that it was going to be Mini Monkey in the Hive, but
I mean, I didn't know that either.
That was a great spot for it, that's for sure.
I checked Pound the X beforehand, and while I was in Helm, I was like, oh shoot, I wish I'd gone just that little bit deeper in Aztec and checked the Hunky check there. Because I already knew that Mini was behind, or I already knew there was an item behind Hunky by that point.
Yeah.
So I wrote that off as a mistake, but it did work out that it ended up being a Japes.
Yeah, oh man. You could piece together kind of early from your hints, between the Helm hint and the Hunky hint, that like Feather and Mini were on diverging paths that made it just kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Kind of a nightmare, especially when they're both so late.
You started with oranges, so you knew Feather was skippable, so you were hoping that was the bad path, but that was the one you found first.
Of course. Of course. The problem with I think it died as soon as you got the trombone hint in Japes. Or the trombone hint saying it was tiny in Japes. It's just like, shit.
It's on the metal, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You need... It told you that Feather was going to be the thing in Helm.
Yeah.
Ooh, tragic.
Yeah, 'cause we were convinced it was the other way around. We were like, oh, Feather is... I mean, Mini is, like, going to be the item you get in Helm. And then we got that hint and it was like, oh, wait a minute.
I don't know about convinced, but optimistic was definitely the right word.
That was the most likely world.
Come on, give it to me, give it to me. That is a done for Alpha. He finishes with a time of 1:39.12. He takes 3rd place in the lobby. Nobody else has finished.
Well done.
It is just Connor, Mumbo, and Alpha on the podium, top of the lobby. Kings of the Isles for now. A great showing the week before the tournament begins.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We've been grinding.
Yo, GG's.
GG's, Alpha. GG's. Well done.
We got top 3.
We did.
Despite
does first place really count? Is this? No. I don't think so either.
Yeah, this Connor guy, we gotta get a handle on him.
Dude's done 12 seeds and is getting first place like this. That's some shady business, IMO.
What's his deal? Yeah. You gotta rein it in.
What was like the main thing that tripped you up, Mumbo, if anything?
Nothing really. I got pretty lucky on all the items. I was worried about Key 7 and then stumbled right into it. I was worried about Mini, ran right into it, so everything worked out for me.
Key 7, I think, is what tripped me up the most.
I think that's what people are going to get tripped up on in general. I think you're going to see a big gradient of times from the, like the 130s, and there might be some like pretty strong players getting past an hour 50 and maybe even 2 hours.
It's tricky.
Like I feel like I did Llama Temple. Did you?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. I mean, I got Punch and I went straight to Factory.
Gotcha.
I mean, I did Punch, got Blast, got Monkey Port after that, then went straight to Factory. Well, as per my boy Charles's advice.
You guys both got Monkey Port at about the same time. It's just that Mumbo already had Gorilla Gone from Aztec, and Alpha so Alpha had to go back to Aztec. So it was like, oh well, I'm in Aztec. Let me check the Blast and Punch stuff. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does too.
Didn't quite work. Oh, okay. Apparently the meta is to go to factory because Connor is saying exactly the same thing. So, you heard it here first, folks. If you get punch hinted, everyone is going to factory. So if you want to win, go to castle. I win. I win if it's in castle. Yes, sir.
I don't know. It didn't work out for me last time.
I'm actually not sure it could be in castle now that I think about it. There's a lot of problems with that one. Like, the shed is sketchy. Could be the.
Yeah, no. It could be. Although you did have pineapple and homing, so.
It could be the tree sniper. It could be tree sniping. The museum is also giga sketchy, but I think it could be the museum. Given that barrels and punch got hinted at everything, so it actually could be there too. All right, maybe some of these seeds I win. I win some of these.
Most of this seed was just like a big long snaking path, where it was like this mega item got you this next mega item, got you this next mega item. Like the entire seed was path 7, 8, chunky, tiny, lanky.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty.
There was like 7 of those hints, and then maybe 2 more 8 chunky, tiny, lanky hints. So.
Especially because it felt like you got later items hinted before the early items. Like your bongos, guitar, coconut hints all came kind of late. Even though guitar was like guitar being in level 6, but also super early required. They played it well. Played it very well. And some killer times for it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, thanks. Grab was an issue too.
Grab was definitely a jump scare. That was like, oh my god. But if you have bongos and coconut, you're probably gonna stumble into grab.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it is very scary.
But it went full unhinted as far as I know.
Yeah.
And obviously you had Chunky on the pain train, so.
But we also have no idea where Balloon is. Balloon is required for Rocket Barrel.
Oh yeah, I have that written down. And I was thinking like maybe like the factory shops was gonna be Balloon, and I just kept getting necessary items. So.
Oh gosh, that'd be weird too, because Rocket Barrel was hinted and only on the path to some other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't suppose Connor knows where Balloon is. Is he a genius? I don't know. You also both skipped the bean. You could have known that the bean was dead, but you did skip the bean, so I have to harass you for that. Like,
I mean, I saw the bean, I saw the shops hint, and I was like, okay, I'll get the bean if there's nothing else in Funky. And there was something else in Funky, and it was Hunky, which was the path to Chunky item. So I was like, okay, I don't need this bean. Get out of my face.
The reason why you could have killed the bean just by looking at it is that the 2 Tiny K roll paths diverging. You had Tiny K roll to Chunky
you're right.
and Tiny from Galleon shops, but you also had Helm to Tiny Lanky. That meant you had to get 2 separate paths to your Tiny K roll items, and because the bean check requires both Feather and Mini, the best it could be is a slam for an either or, which would be psychotic beyond belief.
And the bean wouldn't have been hinted in that case anyways. Well, yeah, it wouldn't have been hinted in that case anyways.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't on my mind. That's smart to think about, but it was not in my mind.
That's the kind of like armchair discovery you have after the fact.
Yeah,
you're not thinking that real time. That's not happening. That's the leisurely in the armchair. You got
benefit of being a commentator.
Right?
You have all the time in the world to think about it.
The blessing of hindsight. It's truly remarkable. Man, I was just talking about how great the seed was, and then it drops a TNS to key 4, and I was like, well, that's kind of sucks. And then it drops a Helm hint, and it's like, oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, that Helm hint was wild, yeah.
Here we go.
I'm a huge fan of Helm hints, honestly, especially because it helps you, when you see key 8 hints, right? There was, I think, at least one, there was a path to 5 and 8 hint, which you knew if there's an item in Helm, that path to 5 and 8 hint is not going to be port or gone. So it really helps you disambiguate your 8 hints, which I really like. And also Helm's just really fast to clear. I mean, obviously you got to do it, but if there's an item in Helm, it's either on a Helm room you already have to do, or it's just an instrument that's micro-hittable anyways.
Our agents in chat have homed in on the location of Balloon, which raises more questions than it answers.
Oh no.
Balloon is on Diddy Minecart.
Ugh.
Where is Charge?
My Charge.
Well, great.
How many bosses did you check, Mumbo?
I got it on my 4th boss.
Same.
I mean, I knew barrels wasn't path to 4, but by the time it really registered in my mind that I should be checking bosses, I was already in Japes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll do Japes and then all the levels that I'm going to anyways, and Galleon just ended up being the last one.
And the Galleon boss just could have been Mad Jack, but it wasn't, which was, in my opinion, highly toxic.
But we love Puffy.
Well, maybe you do,
We do Puffy best.
Brother, Puff Toss is like 2 minutes of dead air. Unbelievable.
I love Puff Toss, dude. I love Puffy. Mr. Whirly Whirly driving circles probably doesn't, but I love it, dude.
Excuse me? Charge on free Tiny? Oh my
Oh,
god.
Tiny
No.
Temple was hinted one potion, so
Oh, that's rude. That's beyond
Yeah,
rude.
We're
that is
supposed to go to
rude.
level 7.
yeah.
Wait, that's not.
Backtrack. Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Something. Oh yeah.
Because you only needed Rocket for Gone. Well, I guess you needed it for Helm too, but you only needed Rocket for Gone and Helm, which is
Yeah.
end-to-end game.
It's a good item. Yeah, you need it for 2 things, and it's on the path to 4 goals.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Stupid.
That's just how it
stupid
goes
Helm.
with these big long snake paths, where basically the next item just inherits the entire path from the previous item.
And it's how it goes with Helm hints, where you get the Helm and then your seat explodes because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got this item. Where in the world is my? Where in the world do I need to go?
Exactly, because by
mercifully-
that point the whole game's open to you.
Yeah, mercifully, the Helm hint kind of tells you, oh, I know where trombone is, great. And then you
Right.
run to your trombone. Hey, look, it's Minnie! Yay! All my problems are solved. Whew.
The sprint was a bit of a jump scare too, but I realized that Sax was only path to 8. It wasn't path to the tiny Lanky, so it couldn't have been that.
Mm.
But I was really worried at first.
I didn't. No. What was the item in Helm again? It was.
It was Feather. There was Sprint was also in Helm on
Okay.
Tiny's metal in Helm,
Okay, never mind.
but
My brain briefly lapsed and was wondering why Feather
Gotcha.
wasn't on the path to Chunky K. Rool, but it didn't need to be. It wasn't. It was correctly not. Okay. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Crisis averted. Alright. Y'all ready for the tourney next week?
very ready.
It's going
Yeah.
down. Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to get to play without conditioner.
Oh,
True.
wow, okay.
Poor
Unbelievable.
guy's going on a PoE bender.
Okay, look, man, me
Rest
too.
in peace, this whole.
Look, man, me too. We're logging in with the best
Me
of them.
too. Me
Yes, yes. I'm firing up it on league launch, and then I suppose I'll do the qual because I should, like a good boy.
Yeah.
And go right back to it. Yes.
too. Yes.
I'm curious how many people we get this time.
I'm hoping it's big.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be massive. I think.
I think it will be.
100 people have done at least one season 3 seed. I think is a statistic I read recently. It was
You
a
have-
fake statistic, but we have one new person in this race, so now it's a real statistic.
Oh wow, we do. Son of a gun. We are on. Oh man, we have prepared, both mentally and physically prepared for 64 players. If we make it that far, which is
Dude, I know.
crazy.
That would be
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
64 people running at least 4 quals is like, that would be crazy. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. Is it 5? Is it 4? It's 4, right? 4.
It's 4.
4. Right. Thank you. I should probably pay attention to that because I don't know how many quals I'm going to get into, but we're going to have a lot of streams coming up for you fine folks over the next couple months as the quals begin, and it's going to be wild and crazy, that's for sure. But that'll do it for us today. It's been a wild seed. You guys did killer. You guys crushed it. That's pretty
Thank
usual.
you, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. You didn't hear any of my commentary, but I appreciate
Well,
the
I-
compliment anyway.
Yeah, I know the rep.
Good answer. Good answer.
I've heard you one too many times before.
Wow, my reputation precedes me. Unbelievable. Or you're trying to suck up and have me make your have me make your
It's
seeds
the
better. I'm
latter.
on to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair play regardless. That'll do it for us today. Thanks for watching, team. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hope you're having a good one. That'll wrap it up. Where are we sending you fine folks today? Take a look. Let's see, who else is running some monkey? Dare we look at the vanilla game? Dare we? Dare we look at the vanilla game? I see some speedrunners and some bingo.
Oh baby, bingo.
Send you off that way. And then I'll have to go watch some good old bingo in the classic DK64 vanilla. Pays to know your vanilla checks, that's for sure. Keep y'all off the corn cob. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I've been
See
The
ya.
Rock with Etiquette.
See ya.
Morning.
Morning.